Hello everyone, my name is Nathan Latour, and today I wanted to show my collection of two Chevy Caprices. Right here is a 1974 Chevy Caprice. I bought this car about 3 years ago now. I've owned it for 3 years, and she's a gem. It's got a Chevy 454 in it, as you can see. 454, and she goes. When you give it the gun, it goes. Many of you have probably seen this car on a couple of my old videos that I have. I've shot some videos over the years, and I like to refresh a new video every couple of years, I guess. If anybody remembered, I had some white wall tires on it. They were much bigger than those white wall tires. They were the wrong tires for the car. They didn't go with the era of the car. They actually belonged on cars from the 50s. As you remember, if you go back to the first video, the white wall tires were the whole length of the tire. That it kind of looked stupid, to be honest with you. So I reached out to Cooker Tire. I think that's how you say it, either Cooker or Coker. And I bought the tires that belonged to it. And so I put them on last year. But anyway, I take this car out. A couple times a week I drive to work. My job is about 25 miles away, so it goes about 50 miles a couple times a week. I've done a lot of work to this car since I've owned it. I tuned it up, put a new master cylinder in it, did all the body work. There was some rust on this car. I fixed it all. There's no more rust. I think I remember shooting on the first video. I pointed it out right here. It was all rotted, and the body shop peeled the vinyl top back, and whatever they did a good job. And the only other rust I had was down here, and they fixed that. All the molding's there. There's believe it or not, those fender skirts are not the original ones. I do have the original ones. I actually went to a car show and somebody snagged the molding off one of my fender skirts. I was very pissed. I put new rugs in the car, as I think I pointed that out in a previous video. New seat covers. The only thing it has is the dashboard. That's the only crack on the dashboard. I guess that's pretty common with these cars. But she's got 98,000 miles on it. Electric windows, electric seats. But all the chrome is there. The only thing it's missing is the what do they call that? The molding that goes there. I have yet to get it. It's like $600 for that stupid piece of molding, and plus a body shop to paint it. You know what? It really doesn't bother me, so I'm just gonna go without it. So there you go. That's my 1974 Chevy Caprice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna end up letting it go. I've had it for 3 or 4 years now. I've kind of had my fun with it. Because now, shooting on to the next video here, is my 1989 Chevy Caprice. I just purchased this a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago now. And this car has 66,000 miles on it, and those are original. I have the paperwork that went with this car, and those are the actual miles. And this car is real clean. It's been repainted because, as you know, GM had a problem with their paint in those particular years, because I had an 88 Chevy pickup truck, and all the clear coat came off of it. And they just had that. I remember a bunch of cars that were in that era, they had problems with their paint. So the car has been repainted, and it's okay. The paint job's alright. I wouldn't say it's a perfect paint job, but you never know from this picture, from this film at least. Yeah, the interior on it's mint. I've already gone through this car. I've detailed it out. Steam cleaned all the rugs. And this here, I just wanted to show you 66,000 miles on it. I love these cars. This is probably my 5th Chevy Caprice I've owned in my career. Well, not my career, my life. Growing up as a kid, when I went to high school, I had a 1984 Chevy Caprice. No, actually, no, wait a minute. Going back to the first one I had a 1983 Chevy Caprice. That was my first car. It was a 4-door just like this. And then I got a 2-door Chevy Caprice. It was a Landau. It was white. It had the white vinyl roof. Oh, I wish I never got rid of that car. And I guess what really turned me on to these cars is growing up as a little boy, my grandfather used to have a Chevy Caprice, and he had a 1973, and I remember it was an old blue car. It sat in the yard for years, and every year my grandfather would throw the battery charger on it, and he would tell Nathan, we're going to start that old car up today. And you know, as you're a little kid, you know, I guess you get turned on to a car or a certain truck or a tractor, and that was my, you know, that was my favorite car. And I used to get so turned on when he used to start that car up, because he would let me sit in that front seat and let me go back and forth with it in the yard. And then ever since then, those cars have stuck in my mind. So I got 2 of them. As you can tell, I like Chevy Caprices. As I said, the brown one, I think I'm gonna let go eventually. I've kind of had my fun with it. Everybody tells me that I'm crazy for doing it, but we'll see. Of course, you know, everything is going to be sold for the right price, because since I've owned this car, I've probably sunk about $3,200 into it, between all the repairs and body work and rugs and whatever else I've done to it. So there you go. I guess that's my collection of Chevy Caprices, and I'm going to end this video right now, and I'll update you if I do anything else to these cars. Okay, thank you.